Hi guys, this is Jonathan Lambert with the Mathematics Development and Support Service at the National College of Ireland, and this short video, another video in our series of videos dealing with hypothesis testing, is a video that's going to concentrate on what's known as a single sample t-test for a population mean. Okay. Now, if we actually have a look at this particular scenario, this scenario once again was given by a colleague of mine here within the National College of Ireland, Stephen Walsh. Okay, and this particular scenario runs something like this. It is known from research undertaken in 2016 that the average monthly spending on mobile phone usage by teenagers in Ireland was €35. Okay, a survey of 22 teenagers undertaken in late 2017 shows an average monthly spending on mobile phone usage of €37.59, with a standard deviation of €4.98 per month. Using a 1% test of significance, does this imply that the average monthly spending by teenagers is not now €35? Okay, so I think the important thing when we're presented with a particular scenario is to try to extract out all the information. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just run through this again, and what we'll do is we just extract out all the numbers. So you can see it is known from research undertaken in 2016. That's just the year, so we can ignore that. It is known from research undertaken in 2016 that the average monthly spending on mobile phone usage by teenagers in Ireland was €35. So that's our first number that's been presented to us. It's 35. Okay, €35. Okay, 35 euros. And then we're told a survey of 22 teenagers. So there you go. There's another number, 22. Okay, a survey of 22 teenagers in 2017 shows an average monthly spending on mobile phone usage of €37.59. So let's write that number down. That's €37.59, with a standard deviation of €4.98. So let's write that number down. That's €4.98. It says using a 1% test of significance. So there you go, there's another number, it's 1%, okay? Does this imply that the average monthly spending by teenagers is not now €35? Okay? So what I like to do here is this, I like to try to take all the information out of the scenario, list the numbers down, okay? I'm excluding the years here in this particular case, okay? So list the numbers down, and then from these numbers try to assess which information is the sample data, which information has been provided with respect to our samples. Now, you can see here that the second sentence says a survey of 22 teenagers. So this 22 here must be our sample size. So this is our sample size, our sample size. So this is our sample size N, okay? A survey of 22 teenagers shows an average monthly spending on mobile phone usage of €37.59. So of the 22 teenagers that were surveyed, their average spend was €37.59. Now them 22 were a sample, so this average spend of €37.59 must be the sample mean. So this is our sample mean. So this must be our X bar, okay? With a standard deviation of €4.98 per month. So this number here, this 498, must be our sample standard deviation. So this is our S that's been provided. And then finally, the last number here is using a 1% test of significance. So actually, this number here is our significance level. So this is our significance level, okay, which must be our alpha, okay. So the only other information that was provided was this €35. Okay? The key thing here to keep in mind is that these three pieces of information here are all about the sample. And what we've been given is we've been given sample means and sample standard deviations. Okay? So, but we've only been given a single sample. So this test must be something to do with a single sample. From a single sample, can we infer something about some population parameter? And more importantly, this €35 it is known from research undertaken in 2016 that the average monthly spending on mobile phone usage by teenagers in Ireland was €35. So actually, what we know is that based off past evidence up to this particular point, that this was the population parameter. This is our population mean. So this is our population mean up to this particular moment. Okay, so what we've done is we've classified all of our data. Okay, classified all of the data or all the numbers in our scenario, and now what we need to do is we need to do our hypothesis test. So as I said, it's a single sample. It's about mean values. So this must be a single sample t-test for a population mean. We're using a t-test because the sample standard deviation is known, is given. In other words, the population standard deviation is unknown, and as such we can't rely upon a z-test. Okay? We're given the sample standard deviation. So from a hypothesis perspective, so our hypothesis test, our hypothesis test, we know that we're going to have 5 steps. Okay. Step number 1 is to define the hypothesis. Okay. The hypothesis has 2 positions. It has a null position and it has an alternative position. What we want to try to prove is always placed in the alternative. And let's see what it says. It says, using a 1% test of significance, does this imply that the average monthly spending by teenagers is not now €35? So is it not now €35? Okay. So what does it mean for it to be not €35? Well, €20 would not be €35, and so would €40 not be